Hello, Leo here again. I hope everyone is having a great Saturday, doing some things that are moving you forward in your business, on your online business or whatever, and you're doing today. A little cloudy here today, rainy, a little cold too. So winter is coming. For those who've watched Game of Thrones, know what I mean. But yeah, winter is coming. But today I want to talk a little bit about being brand new in affiliate marketing, and then share something with you that may save you some months of frustration. Kind of look like some of the things that I've gone through. All right, so I'm going to break down like one of the mistakes that most new affiliates make, I believe, and exactly, not exactly, but a possible way that you can avoid it. So stick around until the end, because I may share something with you that can actually help you get started. All right. So when I first started with affiliate marketing, I was under the assumption, like everyone else was you just throw your link out there. All right, and just throw your link out there, and someone is going to click on it, and you're going to make you know thousands of dollars just by doing that. But I found out that that was not the way to do it. I still see today a lot of people on Facebook, they just dropping links on their posts and hoping to get commissions. But the thing about it is, Facebook, they do not like it when you do that. Like my mentor mentions, he says that Facebook is it's a social media platform, just like all the other ones. So they are expecting you to be social. So it's basically like you're having a conversation or being social like you're in person, except for it's in the digital space. So you have to treat it as such. You just don't go out to your friends in public or in a bar in a pub and say, "Hey, this is what I'm doing. Here's my link." All right, you have to see what's going on with them, see if what you're doing can actually help them, and then you say, hey, this is what I'm doing or this is what I've seen. You may want to check it out. And then I say, oh yeah, that's cool. How do I check it out or how do I find out more about it? Then that's when you give them your link or you tell them about the product or whatever it is that you're doing. So you have to treat it the same way like that on Facebook as well. All right. So that's how you have to get your link or the product or offer that you are willing to share with your audience. All right, just don't drop it in your comments and hope that you're going to get something out on it. Okay. uh, so with that being said, is that focusing on selling instead of actually building trust and providing value. Like I said, you just don't go out and blast it. So you have to think about it. Um, just don't copy and post, um, and paste, your links in your comments. All right. So what ends up happening is by doing that, by just pasting it in and just not building value or trust, you end up burning out. All right, and then you ignore your audience, and then you end up making nothing. All right, because they get annoyed with you just blasting links on your profile, on your post. You have to provide some type of value about how it could benefit them. All right, so one of the I believe to in order to avoid this, is you have to first build your audience. All right, I know a lot of people hear this like building your audience. All right, so that means like through Facebook friends, groups, your email list, etc. But I know a lot of the times people don't know how to build their audience. If that makes sense. Like for me, I had to start a new profile because I was building my audience the wrong way. Uh, so when you're looking to build your audience, you have to find people that are in need of what you may have to offer. All right. So adding family and things like that, that's not the right audience. All right. So you go into groups, things like that, and you see who's having problems, struggling with certain things, and then you might do like a little outreach to them, and say, hey, I see that you're in this space, so forth and so on, or better yet, have them reach to you by seeing what they're struggling with, and not addressing them directly, but going to your Facebook and making a post or live video on that exact issue that they're having, which will kind of trigger them like, oh, so they know exactly what I'm going through. So now let me reach out to them, add them as a friend, and that's the best way to actually add friends is by having someone reach out to you based off of some value that you provided. All right. Speaking of value, you have to give value consistently. All right. So you do that by creating stories of what you've gone through, tips, even tips that you learned throughout your journey, or even free guides or free checklists. Something free that that say, okay, hey, yeah, this is awesome, but then what is the next step? And that is kind of what value is when you add freebies. It is that one step that'll get them to the next step, and then that next step is what you're going to be offering them that can solve that issue that they had or that they would encounter through the freebie that you gave them. Okay. Um, Also, free, not free, but using systems, automations, things like that. That is the best way that a person could, build their online business. A lot of people like done for you funnels, automations, and email sequences because they don't know how to do copywriting. Copywriting is a major obstacle, in creating your stuff online. All right, and then for of course creating funnels. No one knows a lot about creating funnels. Like, okay, what's a good catchy headline? Your sub headline, your body of your text, your images. What the fonts and things like that. So systems that actually do the majority of all that for you are great, and it's a good way to get started because they take the hard work out of getting started, where you can just focus on getting traffic, which goes back to what I mentioned earlier about building your audience. A lot of people always talk about, yeah, you just get traffic, but you have good traffic and then you have crap traffic. All right, and then using Facebook or social media to actually get your good traffic should be based off of the program or systems that you're using that teach you how to go about doing that. All right, I'm not going to go depth into that in that video. Maybe some more that are coming in the future. But yeah, it teach you should learn how to build your audience in order to get that traffic to, your systems, your funnels, your offers, things of that nature. All right, and then promote permission by permission and not pressure. All right, so create curiosity. All right, and then inviting people to ask you for info instead of, like I mentioned earlier, just blasting your links out there. You want people to ask you for the information. That way, you are not marketing to them. You are providing them a solution to a problem that they are having. All right. So stop spamming your links. Build relationships, and then have them reach out to you in order, for you to help them along the way. And if you can't help them, then just be honest and let them know, hey, unfortunately, I don't think this program would be a good fit for you, or this offer, this product would help you in what you're trying to do. But I'll keep an eye out, for something that may help you in the future. And believe it or not, that will build the trust in you because now they see that, okay, you're actually legitimately trying to help them, and you're not, just pushing your product or your offer on them. You're actually wanting to provide value and not sell to them all the time. Okay, so with that being said, if you're looking to kind of skip, the frustrations and plug in the systems that I personally use, that I've actually been using before, the recent job loss that kind of helped me um, to get on this path, then you can, either send me a DM or drop the word info in the comments, and then I get you a free guide that'll show you how you can go about getting everything done. This guide will help you to fix, some of the missing pieces in affiliate marketing, and how to get started and fix that. Okay. So as a recap, just want to say, hey, so number one mistake, like I said, out there to not selling online, but being online and building trust, is to build your audience. You got to give value, and you got to use simple systems. Simple systems, something that you can understand, something that may be already done for you the majority of the way, and all you got to do is just plug in a domain, something like that. All right. And if you can figure all this out, after almost quitting, if I did it, you can do it. I figured it all out before all of that. You can too. Okay. So start small, be consistent, and watch how things can change for you. Okay. Until next time, hope everyone has a great weekend. Until next time, Leo out.